The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, Grand Bahama Minister Ginger Moxie in the hot seat tonight after local business owners say they are being deprived access to the new Carnival cruise port. A father hauled before the court for beating his son. It's the boy's mother that reported him to the police. Wait until you hear the reason, then you decide, was the father wrong or excessive for wanting the best for his son? Also tonight, a Marijuana police officer, a local hero tonight after going down a well to rescue a puppy that fell in the well. It's a feel-good story to share with you this evening. And later in the show, Financial Literacy Fridays. We heard you. You said you want doable tips that would help you save money this year. Well, get your pens and notepads ready. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. We begin with news from Grand Bahama tonight. You will remember on this show last night, we featured a local Port Lucaya business owner who claimed that she and others are being denied access to what will be Grand Bahama's newest business headquarters, the Carnival Cruise Port. Tonight, is the government doing enough to protect Grand Bahamian businesses? That's the question Eyewitness News put to Minister for Grand Bahama Ginger Moxie following those allegations from the business owners who feel snubbed by Carnival Cruise Lines for an opportunity to be vendors at the new cruise port that's being built right now in East Grand Bahama. Theo Seeley spoke with Moxie and asked her if the government is working to secure profits for Bahamians in the midst of big developments that are on tap for the island.
Just piggybacking off what the business owner said, do you think more could be done from a government perspective in terms of strong arming these investors? I mean, this is our country, right? And when you look at the fact that they want a piece of our paradise at the end of the day, what is being done from government's perspective when you sit in these roundtable discussions to ensure that there are certain parameters in these heads of agreements to ensure that there's a certain percentage of, just how it is, a certain percentage of construction workers on site? First question, can government do more to strong arm these foreign investors to ensure that Bahamians are not disenfranchised? And what do you say to disenfranchised business owners on a struggling island like Grand Bahama where there is prospective rebound, but they still don't feel as though they have a piece of the pie?
I absolutely agree. We have, like I said, we've been in constant communication with Carnival Cruise Port and others to ensure, I would say I'm the ultimate advocate for Grand Bahama and Grand Bahama businesses. So we've been meeting frequently on everything from contractors and construction companies and the RFPs that go out to ensure that it's communicated widely enough so that our people are aware and they have all of these opportunities that exist. And yes, Grand Bahama is and should always be the priority. It's on Grand Bahama Island. And so I would say that we continue to advocate for and we'll continue to address the matter.
Firm enough. Are they standing on business enough with foreign investors? Theo was right. We have the jewel that they want, the piece of that wonderful paradise that's going to bring them more business. They wouldn't choose Grand Bahama otherwise. So it's a beautiful jewel waiting to be explored, and it's lovely. I was there a week ago, and it's stunning how Grand Bahama looks so wonderful and relatively untouched. And only to find that on the construction site, there are foreigners that are working. You saw last night, we featured a business owner who says, listen, what happened? She trying to get her jewelry store and others to the Carnival Cruise Port just to take advantage of what will be just the new energy in Grand Bahama. And basically the door is shut. And so what do? Do we negotiate from a position of weakness or desperation? I mean, this has been the complaint, the cry for years. When are we going to stop as a nation, as a government, whichever administration it is, of letting these investors come and basically, I mean,
Tuesday, please.
that part. Just that part. Just to say, this what you all getting and be satisfied. Your people got some waiter jobs and waitresses jobs. That's good. What else? What else y'all want? Well, we're going to get into this discussion this evening. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Our contributors, Leslie Miller, Michael Turnquest. Gentlemen, good evening to both of you.
Good evening. Good evening, Bahamas.
Good evening.
It is, I'll tell you, it's heart-wrenching to see what Grand Bahama, let's just go there, has gone through economically for decades. It's been a minute since they've been stagnant the way they are, that economy. Yep. And now things are finally turning, which we are all happy for and we applaud. But look like the business owners and Grand Bahamians going to have to sit on the sidelines?
Shanique, it gets in my stomach where, we have so many Bahamians, entrepreneurs, persons of money sitting in the bank, who wants, they want a piece, the foreigners want a piece of our, what we call a part of the gold. This is the gold.
Yep.
And we continue to negotiate as if we are desperate. We need you. I mean, look at the other day. We had a young Bahamian man invest, 330-something million? So it's not like we don't have persons here with the means in terms of to do these such large projects.
Yes.
Right, Mr. Fox, he did. I mean, we have Bahamians here who are able and willing to do big things. But we always tend to say we want to go on the outside and bring people in. We need to start looking inside of our business communities, trying to put our heads together, bringing business entrepreneurs together and say, there's an opportunity. And when we bring these foreigners come and say, hey, okay, you go meet with this one. This is a group of business.
Exactly. Pair Bahamians together with them. Make magic happen.
Partnerships. We're going to allow you to come in here and give everything to you and basically a silver platter when we have Bahamians who are asking for the same thing.
Because what you're basically doing is taking all the profits out of the country in any event. Some of that need to stay here to empower our people.
When I went to my first business, I opened a franchise, a U.S. franchise, some years ago, and I went to the government. And this was during the economy was horrific at that time. So I was ecstatic to bring jobs to the Bahamas. Made a sizable investment, went to the government and said, this isn't the best time for anyone to open a business. I said, but all I'm asking is some type of concession. I don't need much. I think there are things there. Never gave me a thing. It's like we as Bahamians have to continue to beg. But when we have the foreigners come in, we throw at them.
So listen, you roll out the red carpet.
The red carpet. But we would not do the same for our own. I don't understand.
Why do you suppose that disdain for what is Bahamian, Leslie?
This is an age-old problem with us in the Bahamas, where the foreigners get all the concessions that is necessary to enable their business to be successful. The Bahamian, on the other hand, in some cases, I just spoke with a lady from the Development Bank this morning. I say, how is it that the government say they promote Bahamian businesses, the Prime Minister especially, has this zeal for saying that the small man in this country get involved with the domestic economy of our country, which belongs to Bahamians. But yet his ministries and his corporations and those who make the decision besides him do the opposite.
Yep.
Mr. Hayward, who's the executive at Grand Bahama Port Authority, is complaining that the regulatory handcuff of the Freeport Port Authority should cease. Well, in the old days, all of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, all of Freeport itself was governed by foreigners, Every hotel had foreign managers and workers. It wasn't until Sir Lyndon in 1968 delivered the make or break speech that Freeport came around, that Bahamians had a say and a voice in Freeport. I was stunned last week, or week before last, when the Minister for Tourism painted this glowing picture of how wonderful it is in Freeport, that there's abundance of work, everybody's happy, people making money. I wonder what damn world he live in. Because that's not the free part that I know. You know, you don't pick these pictures and you make people feel inferior.
But,
you give this hope that doesn't exist at this time. You got to empower Bahamians to become intricately involved in any investment in our country. Because what has happened over the years, you give them all the incentive, they do good, but when the times get tough, they abandon the project and go back to the United States and Canada and elsewhere.
They do.
And leave the burden on the Bahamian people to carry the rut that is left behind that creates ghettos in our country. Grand Bahama could be a great place. I agree with the man that we can do things, but we got to do it equal partners at the table.
I agree.
Yes.
It is our land
Bahamians
that you want.
deserve
too
a
many
seat
times
at every table, every new investment table that comes into the nation.
We provide them with the land. There's always beachfront property.
You know, but then
Get the crumbs.
then
It's
further,
gotta
you know,
change.
further things like, you know, when we look at things like banking, offshore banking and tourism, right?
Yeah.
And hotels. Why is it that in the hotels, most of the jobs that you see when these new hotels and these heads of
Who's making
agreements are
decisions?
signed, the people are making the decisions.
Always foreigners.
Are always foreigners. Why?
But
We
worse
have-
than that, Bahamians got to train them.
Yeah,
In many
exactly.
cases, the
Man,
Bahamians
listen,
training them to
because-
be their boss.
And big in those major
Okay.
resorts right here, right now in New
Yes.
Providence today,
Yes.
heading every department,
Every department
is a
is a
foreigner.
foreigner.
But even
They're
in offshore banking, it's been that way
Voice.
for years.
Well,
They
well,
bring
offshore,
in-
well, offshore banking, certainly, because
Okay.
Bahamians aren't smart enough to be
No,
able to
no,
lead
we
any
ain't got no
department.
brains. We ain't
In the
got no brains.
hotels,
No.
where you think it's hospitality and we perfected since the 70s
Yes.
or before, here or 60s.
We have some of the best hoteliers
Well,
in-
no. Every head of department is a foreigner.
Who and Bahamians are training them to be their boss.
That.
Yeah.
I get complaints. I've been having complaints all my life in Parliament for the past 40 years. Mr. Miller, how is it that I have a degree, a master's degree? I remember I told on this show before, a young man in this country is working now, had a master's degree. His father is a very prominent man in the hotel business. And he couldn't get a job around hotels in the Bahamas. He in New Providence, he had to go to the Family Island.
Hold on, you mean the man whose father is also in
I
hospitality?
said to go to the Family Island.
The man whose father knows
He had to go
hospitality?
to the Family Island to get a damn job.
I know exactly you're talking.
Huh?
His
And
father
I
knows
raised that for them in
hospitality.
Parliament, I raised that butter on the show, and nothing has happened. I think he has a job now. But these things are disgraceful.
Who you blame
give
for
the
that?
damn country away to these people,
And
and,
you
then
see-
you leave us behind and say, catch up.
Leslie-
First of all, they don't pay no duty on nothing they bring in, you know.
What you mean they don't pay no duty?
All the hotels in the country bring in everything duty-free, even though we are local manufacturers. It was stipulated in all the heads of agreement before I was there in cabinet that you must buy Bahamian. This no damn crew, you ain't got to buy nothing.
Listen to me. You know what
Bring in
needs to happen?
everything duty-free.
Listen, the laws need to change to favor Bahamians. We welcome the
Okay.
foreign direct investment.
We don't mind that.
But
But it's
they've
for their
got to-
benefit, not
they've-
ours.
Thank you for
Tell
their
me why
benefit in all
benefit.
these years.
You
They
have
have got to come to the table and partnered with Bahamians, just as you said, Michael. Michael, you doggone been in the
You are
restaurant
absolutely
business
right.
and other investments for the longest
Okay.
while. Why can't you be partnered with, just have to have maybe restaurants in some new development
and
here?
like- and you know, I tell people other countries do it. China, you can't go into China.
The
You
parameters
can't go
are
into
set.
Dubai.
This is what you must
this
do.
is what come. You want to come sit down to the table and meet with my people?
First of
We'll pair
all-
you up with certain people.
The Finland policy was on HANA, never to sell land, you know. You use your land as equity in the project. This footage is with they're selling people our beachfront and everything else. Was never an option if it's government land, you know.
We
Because
all
government
doing-
means Crown land. Crown land is the Bahamian people land.
I tell
Not
people
no
we
one minister in the
squeezing.
government
we
can
are-
sell land, you know.
But we are squeezing Bahamians. You realize we got pushed out from all of the
Yes,
waterfront,
listen.
and Bahamians are being squeezed to the inner city, and it's nothing
Mike,
to be left for
when
Bahamians.
last have you been out west?
I drove
I
with
know.
Out west,
yesterday.
No, out west is a different.
I was stunned. That's a new country out there, you know.
That's a country.
Yeah,
Thank
nothing
you.
to do
I
with
like
that.
that. That's a new
That's
country
a
out
new
there.
country out there.
I like that.
I was so damn shell
That's a new country out there.
Then I went by South Ocean, those places, the subdivision they're
A new
building.
country, a new
I
country.
went to the school. My grandchildren. I'm going to one of them big time school out there. I couldn't go to them school. I can't even pay for the damn school today. They just build children, right? But tell you what, the old man of them could pay. But when I went out there, and I saw what is being built out there, and you talking about the foreigners who building it? Ain't no Bahamians out there. Every truck that was out there, all the guys working were foreigners. 90% of them
And I
were
believe,
non-Bahamians.
and I believe most of the stuff that they
Yeah.
bring in the bill, them places,
Everything is duty free.
Duty free.
I'm telling you.
Duty free.
Gentlemen,
You get duty
Okay?
free. You
We
get
are
Gentlemen.
crushing our country today.
No, we have an
Crush.
issue in the country now. We could talk about the
Crush.
workforce and maybe why
Crush.
foreigners are on these, because I'll tell you.
Because we got to train our people, eh?
Yeah,
something.
construction is now no longer picking up a hammer and nailing it
No.
with nail.
I agree with that.
That ain't no longer construction.
No.
You got to really have real skills to know what's up. And so therefore,
You gotta train our people.
We've been left behind for being dumb
Okay?
in
we ain't
school.
no dumb.
But
We
you
never
know,
had
Sinead,
to
not
train
paying
properly.
attention.
Do
in
you know how
school.
many Bahamians that would not come back to the Bahamas to go through the foolishness that
That's
most
true.
young educated Bahamians have to go? They
Well,
sit
you
here
heard him talk about the dude with the master's degree,
We
whose
have a
father
Chinese-
is one of the creators of hospitality, especially now.
Okay.
And he had to go to the family island
Sinead,
to get a
Huh?
job.
Oh, yeah.
I hear young people all the time, and when I see some of them working in the food store, didn't you go off? Yeah, I get
Yeah,
my master's,
yeah.
I get my, and somebody you to see where they can't find a job, they can't even get an interview.
I was with a lady yesterday in one of the government major departments. See, Leslie, my daughter's getting married on the 29th of this month. She lives in the United States. And she said she ain't coming back here because, Mommy, when I come back, I got to train a foreigner to be my damn boss. Because all my friends who got master's degree, eminent qualifications, they are training the foreigners who come in here with little education to be their boss. They get tired of it.
Yeah.
So our brain power is being exported to the United States and Canada.
I'll give you an example. I worked in an offshore bank. I'm not going to call its name. They brought in a young lady.
Made this a quick example.
They
We have
made
to
this
quit.
they brought in a young lady one time. Never did training in her life. Never. She was working in a restaurant.
You know what?
Your
In a
boss.
restaurant.
Your boss, I bet.
Not my boss. It was somebody else's boss. They had brought her in, and when they started asking her questions, she said, "Oh, and I never did this before." So how the hell you get a job?
And
as trainer?
a waitress.
And from a waitress, all of a sudden, of course she spoke Spanish or whatever, but at the end of the day, they had to train her for weeks.
Listen,
And
man.
she ended up becoming that person, that Bahamian.
Listen,
We
I
gotta
told
in the
you,
Bahamas.
when
We
these
gotta
people
stop.
look-
We gotta stop
Listen.
acting like a desperate woman for a man, and doggone trying to take whatever it is he
Fine
just
with
showed.
them tonight.
This-
It is Valentine.
It is Valentine,
Yesterday
Leslie.
is Valentine.
I see it with your nice haircut. You might get lucky. You might, Leslie. They just
hope
might.
so, you know.
Yeah, you might get lucky. Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
super
you
color
know,
quality
No,
tonight.
you look good. You look good,
red
Leslie.
socks.
Get your red socks on. What
Yeah,
you
You
yeah.
got?
look good. You look good, Leslie. I tell you that. I almost look at you
I got
twice.
the place in my boot.
Yes,
You always
that-
give me a break today, huh?
Leslie-
The pot cake here.
Leslie and Michael, let's move on because I need this whole segment to go. I don't need to hear no kind of jingle, Justin.
Yes.
I just went overboard. Those are the words of a 41-year-old father before Assistant Chief Magistrate Carolyn Voigt Evans as he faces child abuse charges. This after the man beat his 10-year-old son with a belt, causing bruises on his skin after he lied about not having homework. Now, the child's mother reported the incident to the police when she saw the bruises when her son visited her, leading to the father's arrest. The father explained to Magistrate Voigt Evans that his son's teacher gave him homework and he didn't bring it home from school. So when his son told him he did not have homework, he allowed him to go and play video games throughout the weekend. But on Monday, his teacher asked him for the homework and he didn't have an explanation for why he didn't do it. The teacher called the father, who's been his primary caregiver, which led to him beating the son with a belt for lying. The father told the magistrate, "I was just disciplining my son." Voigt Evans ordered the father released and ordered him to return to court at a later date along with his son and the mother.
He's returning to court today. Today. Yes, he's in court now.
Mom, what y'all think about that?
Yeah. Today.
Sinead, let me tell you.
Today.
What
You know,
y'all
I
think?
laugh. You know, my father, like I said, I have 3 brothers. And if that's the case in terms of getting, beaten with a belt, my father should be in, he should be in Fox Hill serving a life sentence. I tell people, if my father didn't do what he did when he did it, I would not be the person I am. I have no regrets. Whatever I got, I deserved.
Many of us don't.
And
Most of us, not many,
and
most of us.
This is the issue in our society where we have gone generations where people, after it's too late, they say,
Justin.
"Oh, I wish I did. I wish I had corrected the issue."
Yep.
Justin, what's going on?
What's the problem now?
Listen to me. No, I don't know about that jingle going. The R.M. Bailey teacher, Justin, what's happening? Is this the end of the segment? Is that 25 minutes already, Justin? Guys, this R.M. Bailey teacher apparently is out on $5,000 bail. Franklin Donaldson, apparently he brushed up against a 15-year-old boy's butt or touched the butt, something. We don't know what's going on. What's going on with that? Justin, we can't show the police officer in marijuana? Listen to me. On Monday, I will feature this police officer. He is Police Constable 3911 Nigel Brown. Listen to me. He did a fantastic thing yesterday. This dude scaled down a well, y'all, a well, to rescue a puppy. Isn't that amazing?
We need some love in this country.
We need some love in this country. Speaking of love.
We love the dogs and thing more than we love people.
Yeah. No, but that father has every right to discipline his kid for lying. I am sure he didn't. It wasn't. I want to see these bruises because, ma'am, what you want for this boy to get away with one lie?
Listen,
how much bruises you had growing up?
I come from a family of 14 children, 9 boys, 9 boys, 9 girls. And my daddy beat each one of us, the boys, once. Only once, because when he finished,
that's all he had to do.
I said once I got beaten once in my life from him. This little fellow, but he got some bruises. But let me ask you a question: his mother gave him to his daddy.
The father's
6 months and left him. So who's taking care of him?
6 months old?
6 months old.
Mom, you all better stop playing around.
The father took care of him. He was 6 months, and he's 10 years old.
Your
What
women,
he been known all this time? So the guy come and cover little cuts on him.
He ain't get cut a little bruise.
What is this?
Let these fathers be fathers, miss. Because you don't want this boy to grow up with a lying habit and that end up being different. We are going to pick up on, I'm going to share that Grand Bahama story with you, the marijuana story with you on Monday. Thank you all very much. Listen, Leslie and Michael, thank you both as well. Don't go anywhere because when we come back, Bishop Lawrence Roll is here. That's right, dressed in red and everything. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, ambitious women. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? This is your chance to shine. I'm Adriana Fox, co-founder of the Fox Foundation.
And I'm Adriel Fox, legacy advocate of the Fox Foundation.
We're thrilled to announce the 2nd annual Women's Entrepreneurship Episode Grant Initiative, created to empower and support women like you who are making waves in the business world.
This year, we're offering $75,000 in grants to female entrepreneurs with innovative business ideas in undersaturated markets and industries that have yet to reach their full potential. Our top 3 prizes are $25,000 for first place, $20,000 for second place, and $15,000 for third place. In addition, 7 runner-ups will receive $2,000.
We encourage businesses such as those in digital markets like web innovations, AI-driven service, niche e-commerce, or emerging industries such as green technologies, health tech, cultural tourism, and personalized educational platform. Whether you're launching a startup, scaling your business, or tackling that big idea that needs a financial boost, this grant is for you. Last year, we funded 10 incredible entrepreneurs, and this year, it could be you.
Imagine what you could achieve with the funding to grow your dreams.
Apply now and join a powerful community of women entrepreneurs leading the way. Applications are open from January 31st to February 28th. Don't wait. Visit our website for more information. This is your opportunity to break into a growing market and make an impact. Apply today and let's build a future of unstoppable women entrepreneurs together.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, buddy. The Tourism Development Corporation helps to develop and grow behemoth businesses in the tourism industry. You hear what they say, buddy? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do? What does do? Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment of Beyond the Headlines is brought to you by EV Motors. Drive the future with brand new 2024 electric vehicles. EV Motors, powering your journey.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. Well, of course, hey, you see me in this red. First time, I haven't had red on for a minute, right? But you know what today is, the day of love. And for the people of, is it 2nd Street?
2nd Street.
2nd Street, the Grove, I tell you this, they are always in the spotlight when it comes to my next guest, who for years has been working steadily in that area and the surrounding communities of 2nd Street, the Grove, to feed many of the most vulnerable people and families, including children, and of course, clothing, toys, just so much he's been doing over the years. Well, this year, he has made this time, Valentine's, the season of love, a weekend. It's called the Power of Love Weekend. So tomorrow he is set to feed hundreds of people and take it into Sunday. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, Bishop Lawrence Roll. Bishop Roll, good evening to you.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Wonderful.
I see you with your red
full
vest.
Full one.
Yes. Your red vest in all of this here, Bishop. Bishop, are you in love?
Yes, with Makala Roll.
Oh, who is she?
That's my wife for nearly 40 years.
40 years?
Nearly 40.
OMG. What's the secret to this romance of 40 years?
Being honest, being sincere. You should be sincere to your wife. And the thing about it is, no problem with her going through my phone because you're going to meet a lot of people. Some of the names you can't call anyhow, so you may as well don't go through.
Ain't nobody be sending you little funny little situations for her to get a little vexed at.
No.
Like, and you don't encourage that.
At this age, what are they going to do with somebody like me? To sing and to pray and to cook, eh?
Yes, to sing, prayer, cook, prophesy, fast, all of that.
And bring them the food in their bed, eh?
Bishop, I tell you, Bishop, of course, we know you. You
yes.
love cooking. You feed hundreds of people a week. In fact, thousands of people many weeks. But you've certainly, and hundreds and hundreds of people on a weekly basis for years now. And you do most of the cooking yourself.
And I love it. Trust you me, I just love to cook. It's a good thing when my father trained me how to cook in Cat Island. Nobody could have ever tell me you're going to cook and you're going to feed thousands of people. And I'm telling you, so tomorrow we're going to reach out to at least about 500 people. That's tomorrow, Saturday. Mm-hmm. And of course,
well, don't jump.
Okay.
If you hush your mouth, right? Okay. Bishop, let's talk about what happens on Saturday. You, of course, have a whole Power of Love weekend set up where you are going to have residents from a 2nd Street and beyond in that area. In fact, they do come from other areas outside of that immediate area. But the thing is, how special is this for you to show love in this way and to show the spirit of love by feeding hundreds of people tomorrow?
I feel as though, sis, if I can't show love, I don't really need to live. I love my work so much. If God is going to call me home this evening, may I do some work before I get home this evening. I just love my work. And therefore, on the morrow, we're going to reach out to at least about 500 people. We're going to ship food mainly out. And I will be one of those cooks. Our food is so good. Potato bread, cornbread, flour cake, cassava bread.
That's that Cat Island flour cake.
Today, somebody was talking about the pancake in the courthouse.
But you have introduced something else to the menu?
The pancake, girl.
But Bishop, I see that pancake on any of your lives.
Look, you have to eat that with fork and knife because if you don't be careful, some of your fingers, you may just bite it because this thing is off the chain.
So what do you put in it, Bishop? What's on this?
Well, I
secret
put
recipe?
A lot of bananas into it and I try to mix it with my hand, the island. How those mothers used to do it? Let me tell you something. Our food is off the chain. The conch and rice.
Wow.
Conch and peas and rice.
Oh, that sounds
peas and grits. Potato salad, pork chop. Oh, I love it.
So this is tomorrow's menu?
No, they can't get all that because the potato bread take like 3 hours. Uh-huh. So on the morrow, we have persons coming. Somebody gonna bring in their deep fryer in the churchyard just to fry chicken for the people.
Okay, so it's chicken and then it goes from there.
Chicken maybe and some pork chop, we just gonna feed the heightened ones. Uh-huh. Once you could go to Kentucky and those places, you go there, but
those who need a hot meal.
Those vulnerable ones.
Bishop, let's talk about the vulnerable people that still exist and turn up to your doorstep at 2nd Street on a daily basis seeking help. How have you seen that sort of slow up any, or it continues to be just a great number of people seeking assistance?
What we does, we have people continuing coming, but I also ship food to the autistics and to, oh my God, to those who lay inside the street side the road and live in those abandoned houses. Yes. Yeah. And my God, the 85 and 86 years old be calling this young lady, said they don't have no food to eat. You'll be shocked to know how many old people in many of these houses just laying up. And that same Candy also doing a great, awesome work. Mm-hmm. My work is cut out. I'm telling you, and I love it. And I thank God that the Lord gave me a heart. And if you see the young people, the young girls and young people can't even find jobs, you know. We try to send them to BTVI and all this sort of stuff. And we just work among people who fall into the cracks.
Wow. Bishop, now, of course, this is tomorrow. At what time can people
12
start?
o'clock.
Is it a set amount or whoever show up and who come, first serve?
Well, most of all, I want to reach the hurting people. Who could go to those other fast food areas, let them go there. But I'm cooking and reaching out to people who cannot go to the fast food area. I want to reach those less fortunate people.
Right. What time should they start showing up there at 2nd Street?
From 12 o'clock until.
So you will be cooking from very early then?
Yes, and then I got somebody going to make some ice cream for them also and fritters.
Homemade ice cream? Very good.
Yeah, I have a son that's make ice cream.
Oh, very good. Very good, Bishop. So listen, Bishop, now this is Saturday, and this is wonderful what you're doing. Again, congratulations, and keep up the great work of meeting needs of so many people who just want a hot meal.
Yes.
Let's move into Sunday. Sunday, you have something special planned. I know you like to do several types of giveaway, not just food.
Yes.
So let's talk about Sunday, what's planned for this Power of Love weekend.
Sunday, as we move into Sunday, of course, on Saturday, that feeding will run us into at least about $15,000 to $20,000. Sunday, that concert alone will run us into at least about $30,000 because they're going to give away like 400 or more grocery boxes. We just got through spending at least, for the boxes, for the groceries, about $1,500 to $2,000.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what do you put in the boxes? Because that escaped me. I know you gave away clothing and all that stuff, but
rice, sugar, corn flake, corned beefs, and grocery items.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I leave people by the church right now are packing stuff. They're packing the groceries box right now. That's for the hurting people again on Sunday evening. Doors open 4 o'clock. People is going to file in there for 5 o'clock. I bringing in Bishop Simeon out, my friend, that he can sing and help lift these poor people's spirits.
Well, that's good because, you know, he's a crowd favorite
Yes.
along with yourself. So that is certainly going to be the energy going to be thick in the room.
Yes.
How many boxes of grocery are you planning to distribute?
About 400 real grocery boxes. That we want to also give out the small little sweet treat white ones. I'm telling you, very expensive.
Yeah.
The people is in need. There's no need, I tell you. This is no fake. This is real.
No,
I thought it was going to stop after the country opened up, but my God. That ain't the people who cannot pay their rents. And so to those of you that is out there, man, come. The thing about it is, sis, I operate one day at a time. And then somebody gave me a trailer. I could never keep food in the trailer. I just let it sail on. And you know, as I'm doing things, my country, they really believe in my work. They respect my work.
Yeah.
They know that I'm honest, I'm sincere.
Yeah.
You know, as time roll on, you know, sometimes, you know, I drive one truck somebody gave me. You could hear this truck from here, must be down Bay Street. I got it from my wood man. I got it from my wood and trying to get some coconuts and pack my coconut and get my woods in. It is what it is. I'm an island boy and I love it. I don't know how long I'm going to do it. It's because I'm almost 60.
You're still young, man. You could handle it. Bishop, what is your overall vision for what you're doing and where you want to see the people of those people who are so destituted, really, among us? Where you want to see this program like yours and others help those people?
Well, we don't just feed them. I also send them to college. We have some already come out to be prison officers, police officers, lawyers. We push them on, trust you me. We don't just feed them, we also teach them how to fish. And you know, as I stand right now, when I see the young generation calling me saying, Bishop, I don't have no education, I can't get a job. So we send them to, you know, we try to open doors for them. That's whether they come back or not. When I leave this side, I would make a good impact with the little God gave me.
I know you also even locally send them to BTVI so they can pick up a quick skill and turn that into whether immediate employment or business.
Yes, and so many learn from me how to cook. Some right now, all those people around me, them young men could cook. Some of them work in those main restaurants right now. They learn.
So you got them cooking, chefing it up.
They learn. They went on to those real restaurants and etc. But they really learn. And people love the food
that they prepare.
Yes.
This is good, Bishop. So Bishop, the concert, I know that you say the doors open at 4 on Sunday. Remember now, tomorrow you can start going at 2nd Street from midday to pick up your hot plate of food. The doors on Sunday open at 4. What time do you expect that concert to get started?
That concert will start 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So late afternoon concert.
People will file in that place tomorrow because that is their concert. That's the community concert. So that's not my concert. And we bringing in Bishop Simeon out from the Freeport, Grand Bahama to help sing and lift these poor people's spirits.
I'll tell you that, Bishop, as we, and that's so good because as we wrap up, I want you to give a word of hope because that's what the concert is going to do.
Yes.
Help inspire hope through the songs, the song selection that's going to be presented. Let's just give them a word of hope for somebody who's just feeling abandoned and ignored.
Yes. We wanted you to know that God is able. We also will have pastors to come in and pray for the people. This is our country, and whatever we can do to push on the other generation. You know, there's an anointing inside of me to push on the other generation. Also looking out for those vulnerable mothers and fathers. Sometimes, Sister Miller, the elder people can't even hold their box. Oh, sometimes when you look at them and you can see the desperateness. They can't even hold their soda. They can't even hold their water. They're dragging. They're dragging. And some people in the wheelchair and all. Lord. And the ones on side of the street, like that ones when they come from Purity Bakery area, there's a young man there always laying down. Sometimes I say, Lord, that young man is drag to get his food.
Every time,
we have people go send the food, we telling you. Sending food to those out there on a weekly basis is probably over $1,000.
My God, you do an incredible work, incredible community outreach.
Jesus.
That is what Bishop Lawrence Roll continues to do. Of course, he thanks his partners who so into his efforts over the years. But you have been leading this effort, and you are to be commended. We are sending love to you.
Thank you.
We are sending love to you, absolutely. Of course, the Power of Love weekend kicks off around midday tomorrow, and it goes through Sunday. We're at a concert featuring Bishop Lawrence Roll, and is he a bishop? Simeon Outen?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Bishop Simeon Outen, and so certainly if you wanna be inspired, motivated, empowered, fed, and take home some groceries, show up at Bishop Lawrence Roll's church and that whole compound there for food and in its various forms that you can leave filled. Thank you very much, Bishop.
God bless you.
Yes, God bless you as well. Don't go anywhere because when we come back, we are going to help further empower you with some financial literacy. It's coming up right after this break.
Who are the boss for dancer?
International events and production. Alive, Bahamas Air, Everybody Wins Live, and Field of Vibes Bahamas Weekend presents
the Evolution Concert on Saturday, March 29th at Clifford Park, featuring Vibes Cartel and Friends.
Bahamas, Nassau, where is this Saturday the 29th of March?
Here's one of the biggest events to hit the shores of Nassau, Bahamas.
Get ready for Addy the Teacher, the Dancehall King, aka the World Boss, Vibes Cartel.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shot.
Log into our official airline Bahamas Air for travel specials. It gets better. We're also giving away a brand new Cybertruck.
And up to $50,000 in cash and prizes at the concert. Compliments of Everybody Wins Live.
Log into our website, feelthevibesweekend.com.
For tickets, tables, skyboxes, and more info.
Visit Ticket Flair or email intlevents242@gmail.com.
WhatsApp or call 1242-808-2369.
A member cartel I go did it.
My name is Limburg Smith. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for both Oasis Fresh and Tropic Shipping. Oasis Fresh is a new fresh produce store located in Lyford Storage and Commerce Park, and we sell fresh produce, meats, dairy, and whole foods. We partner with EV because we also offer delivery services to our clients. We offer it to commercial clients and residential clients. And with the purchase of new carry vans, it helps us to deliver our products faster, more efficiently, and it's cost saving to us. So we are very grateful for the partner with EV Motors in regards to our new fleet of vehicles. We used to spend about $220 per se per vehicle, having about 7 vehicles on the road for both our companies, Oasis Fresh and Tropics, which would cost us about $80,000 a year just on fuel. So you can imagine just how happy we are now with our new EV fleet. There was nothing better than a seamless process again, new vehicles for our company to help us proceed and be more efficient in the way we operate our business.
Ultra Games turns 8, and it's your chance to participate in the Ultra Winning Experience. Here's how to win. Play with Ultra Games all month long, and with every 5 reward points earned, you will receive 1 electronic entry to win your share of $100,000 in our anniversary raffle drawing on March 1st. Also join us on the Infinity Store Tour in-store all month and enter to win $1,500 just for a $20 deposit at your favorite Ultra Games store. Kicking off at our Sea Grapes Plaza location February 14th. Visit ultragames.com or our socials for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Ultra Games, unleash your luck.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. Well, I'm excited about this because many of you are paying attention, not just here in New Providence, but around the country. You are paying attention to these financial literacy Fridays and this series, and I'm happy that you are. We all need to pay attention, right? And you want to know, you've brought me right back to savings. Like, no, spend some time. In fact, you've even reached out to Howard, who is out of Florida, and who has been leading these sessions, and say, listen, we want to know more. And we heard you. And so we're going to just pick right up because, the banks don't want to hear me say this, I'm sure. But what interest are you getting, right? And so the fact is, we know what the answer is there. And so Howard has some proven ways and techniques that he's used that have helped him really kind of establish a wonderful foundation in terms of his savings and divesting those various areas that he discussed last week. And so we're going to go and pick right up right from there this evening. Hello to you, Howard. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you here.
Thank you, Shanique, and good evening to you. Good evening, Bahamas, and happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to you as well. I mean, just all across the screen, I see you showing up major. But listen, Howard, this is awesome. I know. Let's talk about the response you've been getting and how Bahamians for too long have been accused of not being able to save, not respecting and understand money. And mind you, it's true. It is true. But people are interested in changing that narrative, aren't they?
Yes, they definitely are. I mean, since we've started this segment from the beginning of the year, like countless persons have been reaching out, family members, friends, and even practical strangers. A lot of them have come to Young Money Solutions Facebook page in the messenger, and they've been sending their questions and inquiries and asking, particularly, how do I save money? How do I pay myself first? How do I use the envelope system? Just wanting to do something different from what they have been doing, and just to eliminate that financial stress and vulnerability that I talk so passionately about from their personal finance lives. And it's been tremendous to see that outpouring of interest and wanting to do something different, because a lot of these people, Shanique, they have been internalizing what's been going on in their financial lives.
Yeah, that is something. Listen,
of a personal failure.
Failure,
They've been personalizing that. Right.
Yes, Howard. That stress, that level of stress that one feels when they really realistically, when they sober up and take a look at their finances or savings or lack thereof, or not sufficient and not as it should be, it is quite traumatizing.
Yes. Yeah. And so, like I said, I want our viewers to understand that this is not anything to do with your personal failures per se from that historical perspective, but it's more of being restricted to the knowledge, the information, and the resources. But this is the opportunity. When there's problems, then there's also opportunities to right size, as you like to say, Shanique, and fix these things. And that's what I'm excited about exploring today.
Well, so am I. So listen, let's get started. You are talking about the envelope system. You know, I think Bahamians have moved away from that for decades now, but it might be in their best interest, because sometimes you can't necessarily get to the bank. You don't have that automatic sort of deduction from your payment, from your pay, that would be sort of going in various directions. Then there's the matter of added interest, you know, of somebody would say, oh, my savings account and it's accrued this amount of interest, so therefore I now have this. There's that issue. And so you have come up with something that you teach in Young Money Solutions throughout the United States about this envelope system. Take us into that.
Yes. So the envelope system is something that, in the Bahamas, I guess, our grandparents would have used. It's the stocking away under the lamp, under the bed, under the pillow, in the paper bag, like I mentioned, that my grandma used to do. But for all intents and purposes, this envelope system is a practical cash-based method for taking control of your finances. It's controlling the spending, allowing you to stay organized with your money. And it's very simple, but it's a very effective tool. So I want us to delve into that today. Now, here in the United States, a lot of us are able to use different bank accounts at different institutions, or at the same institution. You can have a checking account and open multiple savings where you can use things like Zelle. Like Zelle is this automated system where from the major banks, I can transfer money from my Chase account to my Bank of America account or to my Wells Fargo account right from my phone. I don't have to go to the bank. I don't have to get up and do anything. I don't even have to go to the computer. I can do it from my phone. Now, a lot of us can't do that, like you said, in the Bahamas. So the envelope method is something that I want us to look deeper into, because we only mentioned it before. So what I have here, as promised, Shani, I have 4 wonderful envelopes, right? These
that's a real deal.
These leather envelopes. They look nice and pricey and expensive, but I got the 4 of these were less than $20 on Amazon, okay? Less than $20. And so with these 4, we can set up a system. So here's what I want our viewers to do. With these 4 envelopes, we're going to identify the 4 budget categories that I want us to start out using to right size our finances, okay? So I know the banks are going to be upset, but let's get started. So envelope number 1, we're going to label this as our rent or mortgage fund. Now, we all know that rent and mortgage is basically our biggest bill, rent or mortgage. That's basically our biggest bill every month, right?
Yeah.
So out of these 4 envelopes, we can't ignore that. Like that's first on the list, right? Number 2, our emergency fund envelope. And this is for when life happens. Those things that we least expect that happen to us or our family members and friends, and we need liquid cash right away to take care of them. So that's our emergency fund. And then number 3, we're going to call this bills. We know we got to take care of those every month. That's our groceries, our utilities, light, water, and all of these other things. That's envelope number 3. And finally, envelope number 4, which is going to be our entertainment fund. Because we know as Bahamians, realistically, if we're going to change our behavior and we're going to do some stuff, we need a little celebration at the end of the day. We want to pat ourselves on the back. We want to have a little bit of fun. So we can't ignore that. So this last envelope is going to be our entertainment fund, right? Or our entertainment envelope.
Yeah.
So with these 4 envelopes now, we're going to allocate our funds. Now remember, we talked about the 60-30-10 rule. In that rule, we said 60% of our monies that we get every month in our income is going to go towards these 4 things. Or if we pay ourselves first and use our savings rate, they're going to go into these 4 things, remember? So one thing I want us to understand is these envelopes are not created equal. What does that mean? If you have $2,000 to split 4 ways in these 4 envelopes, well, equally that's what, $500 a piece? Well, we're not going to put $500 in our rent fund and the same $500 in our entertainment fund. No. Entertainment doesn't carry the same amount of weight as paying our rent or mortgage. So we have to keep that in mind. These categories, these 4 envelopes are not created equal. So the bigger share, the lion's share of the money that we have allocated to us each month is going to go in the rent fund or the mortgage fund, because that is our biggest bill at the end of the day. And so we will be separating our finances, not commingling our lives. And Shanique, this is going to be a very neat and practical way for us to know what we're doing and prevent us from overspending.
And I was about to say, also observe and respect the boundaries you have created with each envelope. Yes, do not go dip into that to carry over to this or take and say, hey, I saw a sale over there, so that kind of thing. How do you stop? How do you stop from going to the grocery store 1 million times a week?
Yeah. So Shanique, you have to understand that what you put in this envelope is what you have. When that envelope is empty, that's it. We are not doing anything else. For example, if the envelope is empty for our entertainment fund, right? We are not going to dip into any of the other envelopes and use money for entertainment.
It doesn't matter what comes up that you feel as though you need to attend.
That is empty until we have that next allocation of funds from our next paycheck. You are just going to have to do it out, and you're going to have to say, hey, I'm okay with what I spent this on for this particular month or pay period. So that's just it. And also now, if we have anything left over when another paycheck is about to drop in the entertainment fund, because the entertainment fund is the one that's going to get the beat down now. It's going to get the least amount. But if you are really great at spending, or you are really great at keeping yourself under control, whatever's left over in this, like let's say tomorrow your paycheck is coming and you have $100 left in your entertainment fund. Don't go out and get the color special from Bamboo that you like, your blue mystic and your chicken snack.
You've been gone for a minute, I see it.
Don't go out Montague, don't go to Thrifters or Andres. No, you take that $100 and you put that in your rent fund or split it with your rent and emergency fund.
So you can rework your entertainment fund at the end of each week or month. And if you so happen to was more quiet in a certain month and have some leftover, some surplus, you're trying to say, don't see that as free money. Put that elsewhere to good use.
Roll that over into one of the more significant or important financial priorities. And that's also showing you that you are doing a yeoman's job of curtailing your entertainment and your going out and that kind of spending. And now you can reroute that to some of the more important things. Now, one more thing, your emergency fund. When you do your emergency fund, I want us to cap that. So let's say we want to do $1,000 in our emergency fund or $1,500, right? Once we reach that number, we shut this down, so to speak, okay? Because we're waiting for that emergency. Most emergencies are going to cost us under $2,000, just on average, the basic emergencies, okay? Some go beyond that, but just keeping it average, right? $2,000 or below. And so once you're capped at that, we put this envelope aside, and now we get another envelope and we stick that one into the fore. Now let's say that's debt repayment, right? So envelope emergency is stuffed full of money, and now we have Mr. Debt Repayment. And so now we're adding another budget category that we're going to begin funding out of our paycheck because we've already reached that limit with our emergency fund.
Okay, listen.
So we can also add different categories as well.
Yes, we certainly can. Whatever it is that you need to sort of pay attention to and you feel as though you can develop another fund, then why not?
Yes.
I want us to quickly, with the time remaining, to talk about empowering, because people want to become more marketable, take advantage of new opportunities. In the Bahamas, a whole lot, it's the same industries, but sub-industries are developing under them. And for the person who is prepared, they can really walk in and take advantage and master some opportunities that are available, are emerging, and all the rest of it. How do we invest in ourselves where it benefits us and we even have more money to be able to properly finance those funds that we've developed?
Well, Shanique, it's so interesting that you said that. Investing in yourself is one of the best ways to achieve personal and financial growth, right? We all know that. And there's three impactful ways that I like to talk about. There's a lot of them, and there are a lot of people out here doing motivation and life coaching that come up with their stuff. But the three that I like to focus on are: 1, education and skill development; 2, creating a side hustle or a small business; and 3, of course, which we can't do without, prioritizing your health and well-being.
And that is good right there, Howard Johnson. Howard, that is fantastic right there, just for a tease, because we'll pick it up. We're going to go till the end of the month, so we'll pick it up next Friday. Thank you very much. And then I want to make this regular, Howard, because we all need reminding. And so regular as we move forward, right? But I thank you very much, Howard Johnson, of course, president of Young Money Solutions in Florida. But hey, giving this free, wonderful information to us here in the Bahamas and helping you make sense of your money. How about that? I just love your response. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I love your responses. I love the fact that you are appreciating this series, and let's do it together. Let's be smarter spenders and savers, and more importantly, savers this year, and investors. So thank you very much. Thanks once again, Howard Johnson. I want to thank, of course, at the top of tonight's show, Leslie Miller and Michael Turnquest, of course, Bishop Lawrence Roll and Howard Johnson. And also, I want to thank all of you for tuning in all week long and hanging out with me. I certainly enjoyed having you along, and I look forward to seeing you right back here on Monday. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a blessed weekend, everyone.